What's up, guys? This is Kevin. This video I want to talk about how the universe is not what it seems, that it is an illusion or a dream. What the Hindus call Maya, which means dream or illusion. The dream of the Godhead. This is just an idea I want to put out there. I'm not necessarily wanting anybody to believe it. I'm not pushing this on anybody. Just the way I see things. So I want to get in first. Basically, everything's connected. Science can back this up. You know, our 5 basic chemicals that make up life, which are hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, and phosphorus. Oxygen, obviously, we breathe in oxygen. Plants put out oxygen, right? We put out carbon dioxide. Plants take in carbon dioxide. So plants give us what we need and we give them what they need. And we have a symbiotic relationship with plants and trees. Then we get into, hydrogen, obviously, H2O, you're drinking water. Where's that water come from? Well, it comes from the ground. It comes from the streams, So we're connected that way. And then we can get into, your skin cells are dying, dude. You are a totally different person. Well, at least with your skin cells, within 2 weeks. All your skin cells die off, go into the air, into the energy, disperse, because energy cannot be created or destroyed. It goes back into, the cycle of what is, so, and then your skin cells rejuvenate themselves, and grow back. So you're connected that way, dude. And then we have, obviously, all right, let me get into, I'm going to get into the physics a little bit, a little bit on physics, quantum physics. All right, 99.9% of all matter is space. I'm not sure very many people know this, but, so what that means is if you blew a particle up on my hand to a golf ball, the next particle would be on the other side of the room. So what does that mean? That means there could be whole universes inside my body. And there could be, these could be, little planets all, in spaces in between. And there could be little, whole galaxies and universes living on these little particles. We could not even know about it. That's just a thought. But it's all connected, right? As I move my hand, all them particles are moving together just the same way the moon, the stars, and the sun are moving together. It's all one big interrelated organism. As above, so below. Also, if you think about it, atoms, the way electrons and neutrons move around the atoms, it's the same way the planets move around the sun. It's just, all these particles are vibrating so fast simultaneously, and that's why you can't put your hand through a table. 90% of it's, or you can't put your hand through any matter. 99.9% of it's all space. You should be able to put your hand through it, but it's vibrating so fast, kind of like a fan spinning so fast. So if you try to put your hand through it, it blocks it. It gives the illusion that it's solid. It gives the illusion that this is physical. You see, when really this is kind of, I'm not going to tell you what I know what it is, but it's, kind of, I don't know, maybe a projection, a mental projection. It's more than that, for sure. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's damn sure more than just physical. Quantum physics even gets into, the double slit experiment shows us that a wave, right, a wave acts as a wave. It's when it's not being observed, it'll act as a wave, but when you observe it, it'll be a particle. So when the particle is being observed, they shoot these particles through these double slits, right? And when these particles go through the slit, and when it's not being observed, it looks like a wave going through them, right? When it's being observed, you can see particles. So it's almost like the same question, the age-old question, if a tree falls in the wood, no one's around, does it make a sound? Well, no, unless there is an eardrum to evoke a sound. You see, if there's not an eardrum, it makes a vibration. It makes a wave, but it does not make a sound unless there is an eardrum to evoke it. So, is there a sight if there's no eye around? Maybe there's a vibration, but there's only a sight unless there is an eye to evoke the sight. To evoke what is. Seeing is sight. Hearing is sound. When we get into what is, you have a lot. Your brain, the way you perceive things, has a lot to do with reality. But here's the thing, man. Is it a dream? Solipsism is where one person thinks that they're dreaming, and this is all a dream in their head, right? It's all in their head, and everyone else is a dream, a part of their head. Now, this is a solipsist is somebody that has no idea about the Godhead, and has no knowledge about Hinduism, or how there's a supreme being called Brahman that is essentially playing all the parts, and that is the Godhead. And there's the lower self, which is Atman, which is the ego. That is the little scoundrel. That's the rascal within. The one that's always out for you, the one that's always out for me, my ego self. That's the Atman. See, guess what awakening is realization, Atman, realization that it is really Brahman, and the highest self, which is what is. Everything is that. It's what the Hindus say, they call it that art thou. Tat Tamasi, that art thou. Which basically means you're it. You're it. Everything is it. That's what, Buddha means the awakened one. Buddha is the awakened one, the one who's realized union with God. Christ is a title, which gets into Christ means the anointed one, which is the same thing, the same type of meaning as Buddha, I guess, which is, Buddha means the awakened one. The anointed one is one, one who's realized union with God. Basically, Christ consciousness, at the core of what we are is consciousness. Thoughts are just kind of trying to figure out what's going on, and at the core is pure, infinite awareness, and that's what we really are. And everyone is that, and it's not anything separate from the universe. It's not anything separate from anyone. Everyone as a whole is it. And you have your yin and your yang, your good and your bad. It's like I was talking in my other videos. You have your left, your thinking part of your brain, which is your cortex, and you have your right, your right, that's your left part of your brain, and you have your right hemisphere, which is your intuition, which is, it can't be thought. It is what it is. It knows already what to do. You can get to that with meditation. Just breathing and being aware of your thoughts, being aware of what is, being aware of the sounds, being aware of your breath, and eventually you'll feel the connections, you'll feel the intuition, you'll start having synchronicities, and I'll get into that with my next video because my 10 minutes is almost up. Yeah, guys, I just wanted to kind of put this out here, with the whole Maya, because everybody's talking about the simulation theory. This goes right in with that, I think, but I think it's more than just a simulation. I think our mind is what's responsible for this reality, and you are in control over your reality. Alright, guys, and that's about all I have for today. Later.